नाज़रीन, वैसे तो वुमेंस डे 8 मार्च को मनाया जाता है, लेकिन मुआशरे में ख़वातीन के किरदार को सराहने के लिए सिर्फ एक दिन काफ़ी नहीं है, क्योंकि उसके लिए कहीं बहुत सारे रूप हैं और हर रूप में औरत अपनी मिसाल आप है। और औरत को हर शोर बेमिसाल बनाने के मिशन पर गामजन एक खातून इस वक्त हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं। लेडीज़ फंड की सरबराह हैं तारा उज़रा दाऊद हमारे साथ इस वक्त कराची में सोशल डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर में। तारा उज़रा का नाम किसी तारुफ का मोहताज नहीं है। तारा की काविश और लेडीज़ फंड अब तक सैकड़ों ख़वातीन को खुद मुख्तार बना चुकी हैं और उनकी इन्हीं खिदमात पर गवर्नर सिंध कामरान टिसोरी ने भी उन्हें इस बार वुमेंस डे अवार्ड के लिए नामजद किया है। तो बस ज़ाया किए बगैर तारा से कुछ बात करते हैं। तारा, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग अस।
तारा के मैं थोड़ा सा ये बता दूं कि तारा क्योंकि बॉर्न इन कनाडा तो थोड़ा सा इंग्लिश बहुत अच्छी है उनकी, उर्दू थोड़ी टूटी फूटी है, लेकिन हम काम चला लेंगे उसमें तारा से बात करते हुए। वो तारा जितना काम कर रही है नाज़रीन इस वक्त ख़वातीन के लिए, और स्पेशली जो उनका असल काम है एजुकेटेड गर्ल, और मुझे उनका एक बड़ा अच्छा जो इसमें थीम में वो लगता है
रमज़ान गिफ्ट है जो तारा हमारे लिए लेकर आई है और इसके अंदर एक बहुत अच्छा मैसेज भी है, लड़की पढ़ाओ हर
ड्रीम्स। मुझे हमेशा ये बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब भी तारा का ये काम देखते हैं। वेलकम टू तारा शो।
बहुत शुक्रिया, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर हैविंग मी ऑन एंड हैप्पी इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स डे।
थैंक यू।
इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स वीक मंथ
yeah. Roll air. That's much better.
Ladies fun and educate a girl, and Pakistan every day is for women.
Yes, you are right. So Tara, tell me that how can you do so much just being a woman? Because you have you have the nominee for different awards and all that. So how are you feeling about this?
हम बड़ा खुश है, and I feel so inspired by you as well. Look how much you're doing all the time. There's not anything a Pakistani woman cannot do, from any level, any class, once she puts her mind to it.
अच्छा तारा, अभी आपको एक वुमेन्स लॉयर्स की जानिब से अवार्ड दिया गया, ज़बरदस्त आप काम कर रही हैं, और दूसरा आपको गवर्नर सिंध की जानिब से अवार्ड, अभी वो भी सेरेमनी होने जा रही है। फिर आपको एजुकेशन के ऊपर जो है अवार्ड्स, डिफरेंट अवार्ड्स हैं, लेकिन असल चीज़ है जो लेडीज़ फंड है, ये आपने क्यों स्टार्ट किया हुआ है?
So हमारा लेडीज़ फंड शुरू करो for in memory of Benazir Bhutto, Mohata. So we began March 8, 2008.
Okay.
After the passing, right? And it was to remind each other and the world that there's no limit to the number of incredible Pakistani women. And so we had the first ever awards for women in Pakistan's history. There's of course the Tara Awards, which are gender neutral, but ours were the first time ever for women, and now it's year 15. Can you imagine?
Oh, that's so great. तो तारा, अब जो है आने वाली बच्चों की आप बात कर रहे हैं कि उनको एजुकेट करना है, उनको कुछ सिखाना है, तो एज दाऊद फाउंडर आप क्या कर रही हैं?
So हमारा responsibility, and all of our responsibility, is to ensure every child in Pakistan is educated. And although the laws in Pakistan are for both genders to be educated, in practice sometimes girls are not being educated. And many reasons. Now, one is funding. Even in public schools, when they come to certain villages, the schooling is still segregated. So if there's just a little money, the school will begin with the boys. Right? And then also we're the foundation that found Malala's friend, Shazian Khanat, who had been, of course, shot in that same shooting, missing fingers and hands and arms. Do you know last June the security guard shot another girl and injured another in Swat? So hamara safety of girl education is an issue. So both there's funding, there's safety, and there's cultural elements.
तारा, आपकी चाय आ गई
है। कड़क चाय।
कड़क चाय।
इतना pampering you do, so thank you. ज़बरदस्त।
तारा, अगर हम बात करें इस वक्त बहुत ज़्यादा आपने एक बड़ा अच्छा इसमें अभी राशन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की 2000 फैमिलीज़ के लिए ज़बरदस्त, वो क्या था? और स्पेशली शायद 106 ज़कात एजुकेशन के कोई दिया, वो क्या है?
So okay, so first for food rations, alhamdulillah, we've given 35,000 so far, and we have zakat and sadaqah separate. So we usually give zakat at certain times like Christmas and Easter, and we give zakat very much in Ramzan. And this is extremely important because hamara responsibility in our religion, and mera degree is in Sharia law and finance. So it's very much so. We have special funds in Dawud Global Foundation that are just earmarked zakat, sadqa, and even khairat. You know, so we do it that way, and then there's normal donations and whatnot, but we keep alag. And so zakat is always done according to the rules of Islam. So this time we gave 2,000 families from 15 areas of Karachi. And in the past, of course, we've done flood relief victims and gone all over interior Sindh and so forth. But this time, 2,000 families, missing legs, arms, blind people, you know, really those in need. And I'll tell you guys that many people say to us, you must teach someone to fish rather than giving a fish. But in Hamara nation, there's many people who have nothing. So we have to begin with giving them strength and then help them.
ये बड़ी अच्छी बात की है। मैं लोगों के लिए तो कह रहे हैं कि हमारा ये मकसद ये है कि लोगों को मछली ना दी जाए, मछली पकड़ना सिखाया जाए। तो ये एक बहुत अच्छी बात है। एक तो सदका खैरात ज़कात के मामलात भी वो भी जैसे बताया सेपरेटली, लेकिन मैं कहता हूँ एजुकेशन जो गर्ल्स के लिए कोई एजुकेशन का कोई स्कॉलरशिप भी शायद 100+ वो क्या है?
So we have many types of scholarships. So we have our bachelor scholarships through Ladies Fund. We have international travel scholarships for those studying abroad. But at core, we have our Educator Girl. And Educator Girl scholarships are regular vocational training for jobs, and there's zakat. So last week we gave every single zakat qualifying girl at Beirut. We paid for the education. And so we want to grow that and ask for all your help in that. We also partner with Smile Again Foundation, and they do the surgeries for girls who are burn victims. And what we do is we're educating them vocationally so that they can have jobs. So we just joined together for trainings in cooking, jewelry making, beauty, different skills, and they get starter kits. So if they do jewelry making, they will do the course, plus they'll get a starter kit to make the jewelry. Because I really believe every single person, every single woman can do anything if we enable it.
So Tara, are you guys giving scholarship on merit basis, or who are, you know, deserving?
So Hamara bachelor scholarships and international travel are very competitive and merit based. Hamara zakat is only need based. Even our bachelors and all, there's a need first and then comes the competition, but they're very hard. So there's a big merit component. But pure zakat, like we gave every single girl who qualified for zakat. And at Beirut, and at Smile Again Foundation, every single girl they asked us who was a burn victim, we gave 100%. So this time we did 100 women. And so for zakat, we take the merit out and we give pure zakat. It's the full need base. But for bachelors and all, it's very much merit.
जो आपने म्यूचुअल फंड पे बहुत ज़्यादा आप काम कर रहे हैं, आप पाकिस्तान स्टेट ऑयल के एडवाइस बोर्ड में भी हैं, पाकिस्तान स्टॉक एक्सचेंज ने अभी आपको एक अवार्ड 8 मार्च को वो भी दिया। इतना ज़्यादा काम तारा कैसे कर लेती?
It's 24 hours in a day.
आपको क्या मोटिवेशन कहाँ से मिलती है इतना सब लोगों के लिए करने के लिए?
See, everything comes from Allah. Allah gives himmat, Allah gives ideas, and Allah gives opportunity. So there's nothing without him. So when opportunities come,
family legacy भी आपका ये है ना कि वो भी बहुत ज़्यादा.
We're very lucky. हमारा very बहुत बरकत है. You know, because my late father taught me the most important thing is service, and he said giving people jobs. And through Educate a Girl, we educate the girls, and then there's also a whole process of trying to encourage them to get those jobs. And even in the for-profit work, of course, the corporate sector, Hamara Industries, it's all about feeding families, giving them medical care, you know, opportunities, and of course their salary. So that's how you make a difference in a nation, especially Hamara nation. So many people are leaving or wanting their children to leave now in the current climate. But you see, if we build this nation, we have to protect it and stand guard and find more ways to build security for those in our country.
तारा लेडीज़ फंड की अगर हम स्पेशली बात करें, लेडीज़ फंड में डिफरेंट क्या आप लोग काम कर रहे हैं?
ऐसी कौन सी कैटेगरीज हैं कि हाँ ये वाला जो फंड है वो बर्न विक्टिम्स के लिए, ये वाला फंड है जो एजुकेट अ गर्ल के लिए, तो वो उसका क्या पॉइंट है?
So, Ladies Fund's purpose is financial security for women. It stands for Women in Economic Power and Economic Voice. So, one, we're trying to make girls and women secure through education and jobs, through knowing how to manage their money and so forth. And we partner with State Bank of Pakistan for loans for women entrepreneurs. So the things range from the national awards for women to power lunches, our partnership with the UNDP and the British for special speed networking and other lunches, and now with the UN SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. Then you have your incubation center, the Barak Center, Pakistan's first incubation center for women. Then we have our food rations, and we've crossed 35,000. We have distributed 10,000 wheelchairs across Pakistan. We've crossed 3,500, and I was just in Peshawar with the team. My first visit to Peshawar, which by the way is the most hospitable and best food in Pakistan. It's incredible, Peshawar, for those of you who haven't yet been. And we gave wheelchairs, we did girl education, and we met with orphans.
जो है कराची की मेहमान नवाजी भी कराते हैं। रहेंगी कि कराची
I'm from Karachi, and I love the food.
बंस रोड लेके जाना पड़ता
I eat at Walid, I love Burns Road. The food is too good. But I'm saying you must one day in life try Peshawar. It blew my mind, You must make a trip one day and shoot the show in Peshawar.
Sure.
I've only been once for 40 hours, but I was impressed.
Okay.
So all these different things, food rations, hand pumps, solar lights, so forth. Then with Educate a Girl, I named all the different types of those. And inshallah, on June 20th, we'll be having an event in New York. We've already had events in Toronto, New York, London, DC, and Kuala Lumpur, where we have Pakistani women, expats. This time, we're going to be doing Muslim women from different countries, led, of course, by amazing Pakistani women.
अच्छा, अभी भी अगर हम तारा बात करें, पाकिस्तान में जो women से बड़ी depressed हैं, यहाँ बहुत issues हैं,
उनको बहुत ज़्यादा दबाने की कोशिश की जाती है।
Exactly, बहुत ज़्यादा issues हैं। तो क्या तारा के माइंड में है कि हम अब नेक्स्ट में ये करने जा रहे हैं, ये प्लान है हमारे नेक्स्ट के कि वुमेन को और एम्पावर किया जाए?
So I think what's most important is to speak to the women and ask them what would make them happy. Too often we have programming often funded by foreign countries that says this is what Pakistani women should do or be or think or feel or study. Why don't we learn more about what our women enjoy, what our girls enjoy? Once you enjoy what you do, time flies and you excel.
Yeah, you're right.
Actually, this is important. लेकिन एक चीज़ यहाँ पे आप काम कर रहे हैं। अच्छा, मुझे सबसे पहले तो ये बताइए, what is this? ये क्या है?
Khajur, Ramadan Kareem.
Oh.
Try one. Today's the last time we can eat. So open it, try a khajur. Everything is local, made in Pakistan, grown in Pakistan, and we did a tasting and we chose what we think is some of the most delicious khajur in Pakistan because we believe very much in buying local.
कड़क चाय के साथ.
Okay, thank you. And you know, there's so much nutrition in dates. Okay.
सुबह सुबह खजूर खाना बहुत अच्छा है.
खजूर बहुत फायदेमंद है.
But just try it. Isn't it delicious?
Yes, it is.
You open it, try. It's a particularly they went through tastings of all the different ones, and we want sustainable, and ideally we try to find those grown by women, which is much harder.
बहुत मजे की भाई.
Isn't it?
और सबसे अच्छी बात ये है कि जिस पैक में है,
इसका जो मैसेज है वो बहुत ज़बरदस्त है.
मुझे ग्लासेस उतारने पड़ेंगी. आप ये मैसेज पढ़ के सुनाएं. क्या है? ये खुला हुआ डब्बा. इसलिए गिर ना जाए.
Believe in her dream. और पाकिस्तान को ऊपर बढ़ाना है, बिजनेस बनाना है, हेल्दी रहना है और पैसे कमाने और पैसे बचाने भी हैं और अपनी कम्युनिटी को जो है वो एम्पावर करना है. इतने सारे मज़े के इसमें मैसेजेस हैं, विच इज़ रियली ग्रेट बिकॉज हमें आई थिंक सादा खजूर का डब्बा मिलता है, उसके अंदर कोई ऐसे मैसेज नहीं होते. तो ये बहुत अच्छा पैगाम है कि हाँ खजूर भी खाइए लेकिन साथ साथ जो है वो बहुत अच्छे मैसेजेस भी इस पर हमें दिए गए हैं ऑन स्पेशली ऑन रमजान.
तारा, ये जो आपके मैसेजेस हैं इस पे, क्या वाकई आप बिलीव कर रही कि इस वक्त हमारी जो गर्ल्स हैं स्पेशली एजुकेटेड गर्ल, वाकई इतना उनमें पोटेंशियल है कि वो इतना टैलेंट है कि वो ये सब कुछ कर भी सकते हैं?
Yes, so for example, we began Educate a Girl with Shazia and Kanat, the two friends of Mawla Yusuf. Then what happened was, we started Educate a Girl vocational training in communications and journalism. And we have 18 alumni who are news anchors, mashallah.
Okay.
And the
That's so
reason we
great.
did it is so that girls' voices could be heard. And we said there's always the same 2-3 women in Pakistan who speak everywhere, and no one ever even calls or thinks of the other voices. So what we did is we called them to the front, and the girls were so shy. They didn't even want to speak in the classroom. And we said, what would you say if you knew the whole world was listening? And then they'd say something, and we said, guess what? Put it on Twitter, which is now X, and the whole world can hear it. And suddenly these little girls felt so empowered. And they felt that even if they thought their voice would never be heard, that there was now a way for it to be heard. And then they never stopped talking. Then they enjoyed.
तारा, हमारे सोसाइटी में एक ये भी है कि हमारी जितनी भी ख़वातीन हैं या बच्चियाँ, उनको मोटिवेट नहीं किया जाता उस तरीके से, या उनको पता ही नहीं है कि टैलेंटेड हैं वो माशाल्लाह, बट उनको ये नहीं पता कि उन्हें कौन सा पाथ चूज़ करना है, कौन सा कैरियर है जो उनकी एबिलिटी के हिसाब से, हाँ, कैरियर काउंसलिंग, तो उस पर कोई कुछ काम करें आप लोग?
So yes, so in 2010 we began Pakistan's first entrepreneurial conferences. Now there's hundreds. Okay, when we began, it was the first ones that had rags to riches Pakistani stories. So we had 2/3 women who were the winners of the awards, and 1/3 was men.
Recently भी आपका entrepreneur
It's really special.
For 2 or 3 months. Before.
And what we did is we had like the founder of Student Biryani. I've never heard of him before or after on a conference, and we would get these people who no one knew their stories, and then anyone in the audience says, I can't do it, I'm a girl. We showed all these amazing winners, Nilofer Saeed, and Samia Raj, all these amazing women entrepreneurs, and it continues the list, and mountaineers like Samina Big. Then they'd say, but we have no money, so we showed people without money. We showed people, they said, no bijli, no connections, and everyone would share their story of starting from nothing. Because before we did that, the trend in Pakistan was to put a foreign speaker. And they would have fancy event, foreign speaker. What we did is we flipped it, and we had local speakers. Because I was speaking at these events at IBA or other places, and people would come to me and say, Tumhara family, Tumhara paisa, it's easy for you. So I said, I'll show you, you can do it. And I proved it with the conferences. And that was the motivation I had. And my team loved it. And we partnered with 10 universities, and the whole event was organized by these universities. Now each university has their own entrepreneurial club. So it's less of a need now for what we're doing. But in those days we started this.
That's so great.
ये तो ज़बरदस्त है कि अभी कहाँ से कहाँ जो सफ़र शुरू किया था वो आज कहाँ पे पहुँच गया। लेकिन अभी मेरा जो क्वेश्चन था आपसे कि अभी क्या और करने का प्लान है, क्या कि ये करना है, अभी ये रह गया है, अब की बात 2024 में मेरा ये गोल है, ये प्लान है, ये हमने करना है।
So 2024, today is going to be the last few days before Ramadan begins. And what is the purpose of Ramadan? To think of Allah, to pray. And I also believe to let your dreams find you, to listen to your life purpose. Some people would call it meditate, but prayer is also a form of meditation. So instead of me saying, ye mera goal, that's mera goal, ye mera foundation goal, ye goal for women Pakistan, I have said to 2024, I'm going to step back and let mera dreams find me and unfold, and where we're needed, we will be.
क्योंकि आपके कोई ना कोई ड्रीम्स होते हैं, आप उसके पीछे भागते ही रहते हो, डिज़ायर के पीछे तो लाइफ आपकी चलती जाएगी, तो वो ज़्यादा बेहतर है कि आप वेट करो और देखो कि थैंक यू सो मच तारा फॉर ज्वाइनिंग अस। आपके साथ बहुत मज़ा आया, बहुत मज़े की आपने बातें की और बहुत अच्छे आपने जो पैकेज रमज़ान के बताए, और ख़वातीन के लिए जितने भी आप काम कर रहे हैं आगे उसके लिए भी बेस्ट विशेस।
बहुत से अवार्ड्स जो हैं वो भी आपका वेट कर रहे हैं। बहुत शुक्रिया तारा।
सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल दबाएं ताकि कोई खबर रह न जाए।